Shalom. Today is November 4th, 2018. I am out here on a beautiful day. The sun is shining and I am at the beach. And right now I am earthing or grounding, meaning I have bare feet, I am sitting on the sand, and I am just spending time in nature. I have been taking a lot of time to continue researching and learning as much as possible. This life is a journey, and the journey is where the adventure is, and there's so much that happens in this life. There's losses, there's things that we gain, there's excitement, there's sadness, there's happiness, there's anger, there's frustration, there's feelings of guilt, feelings of anticipation. The list goes on, and all of these feelings, all these emotions are things that they come and they go. And what I'm learning more and more about is actually some of the training that I've received, or some of the education, and that would be around psychology and just the way that life is, our thoughts, our emotions. Not everything that we learn in these indoctrination programs are bad or wrong. We always have to weed through it, and we have to see the good, and then we have to continue to question everything and to think for ourselves. So some of the things that I learned in counseling was how important it is to be intentional about our thoughts and to practice affirmations. This is something that I haven't done for a long time, but there's truth in the matter that we are able to create our own realities. And in this fight that we are in, there is a spiritual warfare going on to keep us from knowing who we are and who the Creator is, who we are in the Creator, and how that all comes together. And so I have to say that a big part of this battle that I am learning about is the spiritual battle, and how important it is to be more intentional about my thoughts and my emotions, and to marry the two together so that I am able to create the reality that I want for my life and my children's lives. I cannot control other people, but I do not have to let the circumstances control me in my life. And the energy, the frequencies, the vibrations that I put off and that I align with do affect me and my life and my children and my family. And it does impact the world around me. So I do have the ability to change reality, to be the change that I want to see in the world. You know, I was walking down to this spot today, and it's been a while since I've walked down here, a long time. And I think it was actually last October 31st was the last time I came down that path. So about a year ago, and there was a new path there coming down, and it was interesting because it is definitely a path that's been walked many times. And it just made me think about the different paths in life and how we are able to create new paths that we want to walk down, and other people are able to use or see or notice that these paths are there, and we are not alone in our walk. We do have to do a lot of internal evaluation and exploration, and just looking at ourselves and constantly trying to learn more and improve ourselves. But there is more to this life than what we've been led to believe. And I have been wrong many times, and that's okay. I'm getting to a place where, you know, I just question everything, and I keep seeking and asking. And I think it's really important for us to connect with nature, with the universe, with the Creator, in order to discover more about what it is, what our purpose is here in this life. My born day is tomorrow, and it's interesting because I've had days, especially when my children were first kidnapped from me, that I didn't know why in the world I was actually born. And I remember actually in my childhood experiencing those feelings and thinking those thoughts, is what is my purpose and why am I here? And not being excited about my reality or my how do I want to say it? My existence. And that is because I allowed other people's thoughts and what I thought they felt about me to become part of me. And that is what I started viewing myself as, is what I believed others thought of me. And so really what it comes down to is it doesn't matter what other people think. And I know it can be easier said than done, but in reality, when we start to center ourselves, become more balanced and connected to the source, to the Creator, to the universe, then we are able to learn who we are, what our purpose is, and begin to live it out. So that is where I am in this fight. I've seen many who have lost their lives, who have given up in this fight for their children, through suicide, or just giving up on life and not living for any purpose, just going through the motions and not fulfilling or reaching or striving for their full potential. And so I just want to encourage people. I struggle still, and that is just part of this life, but the struggle is an opportunity to do better and to learn more. And I'm going to keep fighting for a better world for my children. And I am at a place where I am remembering when I have those feelings, those emotions, those thoughts, that I can be intentional about them, and that I begin to be grateful, to be thankful for what I do have. To remember there's always someone else that is struggling and has something even more difficult going on in their lives. And that is what I used to think about when I first started looking into wanting to stop human trafficking, was realizing that in my day when I was frustrated with something, some small thing in my life, that some other child or woman or man somewhere else was being tormented by people who are psychopaths, who have no emotions and no care and concern about other individuals. And it reminded me to say, okay, and to look at my situation from a different perspective. Doesn't mean that I don't continue to challenge myself or to struggle in this, that I have to challenge myself, because we are human, and sometimes we lose sight of the bigger picture of what's going on. But there is something better each moment that we can create by understanding that we are able to control our thoughts and emotions, to be intentional about them, and to marry them together. When we want something, we say, I am. These affirmations are powerful, or I have. And then you marry the emotion that you already have, or you already are what you're saying. So if you say, I am happy, you marry the emotion that brings, knowing that you are already happy. Or to say, I have my children. You embody that emotion that you experience when you're holding them in your arms. We can make the world a better place, and I am still learning, and I just want to encourage others on this journey. And I'm not sure what else to do with the things in this world and how to use them, but I am constantly looking for doors to be open and other doors to close, so that I know which way I'm supposed to be walking. And connecting with nature, with the Creator, with the Source, I think is a vital part of this. And many people out there speaking who have way more experience than myself are confirming this. So I thank you for watching my video, and I pray that you have a blessed day. And I think all people are beautiful, and that we all have a purpose. Doesn't matter who we are. I think that so-called black, so-called white, so-called yellow, blue, purple, everyone are beautiful people who have a purpose, and that we are all one. When it all comes down to it, this conquer and divide that this world, the people in this world, the psychopaths are trying to use against people to keep us distracted, to keep us from coming together as one, is detrimental. And if we begin to see what is going on, that we can come together and we can, as one consciousness, make a difference and create the world heaven on earth. Because this world is a beautiful place. This creation is beautiful. We have to take responsibility for the things that we do that create a reality that we don't want. So I hope this made sense to some people, for people who are seeking, and gave some encouragement. And really, we need to just begin to empower one another and embrace what we have been given, and to stand together, to know we aren't alone. We are going to have ups and downs, and that's okay. So keep walking one foot in front of the other, and keep breathing in and out, and remember to affirm who you are, who you want to be, who you desire to be, as you already are, and what you want as you already have. Shalom.